We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On first down, Rodgers forced out to his left. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window. Ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 58. Jumbo.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And the return will stop right around the 25. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
The first carry for the rookie, it's Darius Geis. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
52. Alert. Jet. Line 80. 86 to man. Check. Double.
Geis with the carry on 2nd down. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. 3rd down, here's Geis. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run it.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Jonathan Allen In there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Malone. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Called out a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. And here come the Redskins now. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They start on the ground with Geis. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Yellow. Ready.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Off of play action. Here's Smith. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
15. 12. Regular. 15.
On 1st down, Smith. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Ready.
2nd and 10, Smith again. Off to Geis on the screen. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Smith on 1st down. They'll check it down to Geis. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, Hey, we got everybody cut. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Let's go. Let's go. 15.
Play action. It's Smith. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Zoom. Hey.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Here we go. 58. 59.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. In the end zone, it's a safety. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Crosby on now to kick it away. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
After the interception, here's Smith. And he drops this off to Townsend, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Hey, gun. 91 is the mic.
On the handoff, it's Geis. And an alley to run. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Geis showing he's going to be an important part of this Redskin backfield as he's in there again for 1st down.
Check. Rip.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's Geis. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Yellow. Tight end right. 3 down.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Now the rookie from Alabama, it's Bo Scarborough. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Now a toss play. This is Scarborough. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll lead here to a third down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Rodgers now on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Oko over here. Hey, check 26.
Rodgers will try again on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Josh Jones in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. On second down, here's Smith. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Kenny Clark continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. They knew they were going to have great field position, went all out, got a little too aggressive.
And you have to understand your angles. They're cut down when they're that backed up. You've got to be careful going after him.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. It's Geis on the counter. Got some room at the 30. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now, as they've got it 1st and 10.
4 down. Set. Wide 80. Mike 42. Mike 42. Check. Mike 42.
From the 50, it's Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Smith now throwing again. Throw left side complete. It's Richardson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
They'll hand it down to Geis. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the 1st half of play.
Liz.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half.
3 down. Hey, check 26. 36 to Mike. Hey, check 26. Yeah, Liz.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Now here's a timeout, as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the 1st half. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long.
Hey, check 26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the pressure gets to him again. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
4 down, 4 down. Oko, over here. Zoom. Hey, where y'all going?
A final shot before half for Rodgers. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
It was Kendall Donnerson who made the stop on the defensive side. To throw on 2nd down is Smith. Dumps it off for Geis. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and get it with Geis. Boy, fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
go. Come on. Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right. 319.
Here's Rodgers. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down. Hey, 626. Hey, 626.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Bucky Hodges, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. They'll roll him out right. And he's got Mike Gesicki, his rookie tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Yellow. Yeah, 52.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Hey, on.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. The Redskins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Geis. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at FedEx Field. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Geis. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Move. Stand. Wide 80. 15, yeah. Orange. 42.
They'll try the air now with Smith. Throwing to his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Alert. 3 and 10. Wide 80. Check 52. Let's go. Gun. Watch the run.
Now it's Smith off the bootleg. He may try and run for this. And he'll get it down here to the 43. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Tight end right. Ready. Wide 80. Got 3 down.
They snap it to Smith. He finds his target. It's Crowder. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. Smith now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a run with Geis. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
4 down. Alert. Quick. Now right. Yellow.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
I got 11. Use mine. Ready. Wide 80. Let's go, D. Switch.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Kentrell Bryce picks it. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Oko, over here. Hey, check 26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. He's got a man, complete. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 43 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Finding room inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Credit the tackle to DJ Swearinger.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on.
It's Scarborough again. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
Yeah, live. Zoom.
Back to throw, Rodgers. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Flushed out right. And this is going to be intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now. More. He can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Redskins on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10.
Set, 580.
Now it's Smith. Looking deep downfield. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And taken right on the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Around the NFL, 4th quarter right now in Atlanta. And really pouring it on now in the Falcons. If they hold on, a victory there would be their third of the year. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now Rodgers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
Rodgers to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. The Packers go for it. Rodgers. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. This from long, very long range. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
Let's go. Let's go. 15. One left.
Now Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
26. Hey, check 26.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
Hey, check 26.
First throw of overtime for Rodgers. And quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. When you're trying to win a game in overtime, I don't know that there's too many more in the history of the game you want under center than Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I think a lot of it's because he can beat you so many different ways. All right, he can beat you with the big shot downfield. Heck, if you need a Hail Mary, no one throws it better than Aaron Rodgers. But just when you think you've got him corralled in, when you've got pressure on him, he uses his legs to escape and create another big play, whether he's running it or extending it so a receiver gets open. I think he embraces overtime, and he embraces the spotlight that comes with it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Rodgers. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
And he'll power his way up near the 25. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
52.
Geis receives the pitch. Powerful running. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4.
Tiger.
From the gun, here's Smith. And incomplete here on 3rd down. I know they may want to go for this, but the smart play probably to punt it, even given the field position, right?
In a sense, you honor what they've done all game. And this is a defense that's held the score down, kept it tight, kept you right in it, and they're really jonesing for one more shot. Give it to them. Let them play defense for you and give you a better chance to win the game.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
They try again with Scarborough. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
Right now, you got 58.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, where y'all going?
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Rodgers to throw on second down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And play will be stopped here with 10 seconds remaining in overtime as they've called a timeout. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
3 down. Hey, check. Jumbo! Hey, check 26.
To throw is Rodgers. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. They're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Well, we had 2 ties last season in 2016, and now we've got another here.
They're part of the game, and I can sound philosophical here and say, well, what can you do? But neither team happy, right? No one wants to walk away from here with a tie.